followed by Angulo, and then Houston Yano. Those will be the three. Top of the sixth inning.
Right field, left field, and center field, and behind home plate as the catcher. Or Kyle Turner, Albert, and Elizabeth Kua.
Diana Rodriguez back in the circle, who started the game, so she has re-entered and is pitching. One's below the knees. 2-0 to Fua. Really like Gabby Fua behind home plate as a catcher. Takes great leadership, handles her pitchers well, and at the plate she's very, very effective, hitting .591 this year. That one's in for a strike, 3-1. Fua hit 8 home runs, had 40 RBIs. And she is signed with the Roadrunners of Cal State Bakersfield. 2-1. Facing Rodriguez, the starting pitcher. Hit to right field and down the line, and that's trouble. That's going to drop for a hit, and Fua is aboard. And a good start for the city in the sixth. Fua's got 3 hits today. What else is new? Angulo will bat. The city is just relentless at the plate. Fouls it off. Angulo will go to Eastern Arizona College. What you like here, you got a lot of players that are going to play college softball. Many times when you have these all-star games, it's the end of the line, isn't it, John? But most of these players are going to go on.
Yeah, it's real tough because in college softball is the end of the road. It's not like in baseball where you've got college and then you can go to the minors and you know, this is it. College baseball is the pros for softball.
And for this is their final high school game. So all these young ladies, of the 50 schools that are represented today, should be commended. That's right, there's a strike. And it's strike 3. And Angulo goes down. First out of the top of the sixth. Houston Yano bats. Has an RBI today on a hit, but most of them do in that city lineup. 10-1. And again, Houston Yano is going to go to El Camino College. He looks at a strike. The runner's taking off. Safe at second or not? Out! What a throw! That was some throw.
Yeah, Lindsay Lowe, she's got a very quick snap, and it was perfect. Perfect throw, right side of the base, right on.
From here, she looks safe, but you cannot deny that throw. The throw was fabulous.
Yeah, it's when you keep it down low and you put it on the proper side of the base, and it's fieldable without a bounce. You know, you're going to get the call if it's close.
So now they're 2 away. That's playable. And there's Lindsay Lowe doing everything. Beautiful play by Lindsay. That ends the top of the sixth. After 5.5, this city 10, the Valley 1. Well, we've billboarded her before. We said she's going to pitch. We thought she was going to pitch. And she does look like Robledo, doesn't she? But it's Annalise De La Roca finally getting in the circle. 28-2 this year. Needs 6 outs to close out a victory, but the city's in a very nice and comfortable, cozy 10-1 position. The new battery is going to be De La Roca from Port of LA and Klein of San Pedro, very close friends, played at different schools but in the same area. And they're very friendly with one another, and they'll combine to try to get the rest of these outs. Well, this will be fun to watch Annalise pitch. You know, recently we had a young lady strike out 21 straight batters and have the perfect game. Annalise De La Roca had a perfect game where she struck out 20 of 21 against Crenshaw in her junior year.
Yeah, no, she brings it. She's definitely the difference here is her speed. She brings the ball. I clocked her earlier this year at 61. She brings the ball hard, and when you're throwing that hard, you can even miss, and it's still a tough out.
Marina Edwards will face her. Edwards 0 for 1.
GPA 3.5. Decided to go to College of the Canyon.
So finally, a second opportunity for these hitters from the Valley. Ariola is the only other batter that's been up there twice. Edwards looking for a pitch he can drive. That one's on the outer edge. And it's interesting with this young lady in the circle, De La Roca. She listens to her manager, Jesse Espinoza, in the dugout, and they really have quite a running dialogue during games. Jesse Espinoza from the Espinoza softball family. His sister, Laura Espinoza, was a fabulous player and an All-American in Arizona, one of the great home run hitters in the history of the game. And he works with Annalise very well. There's the changeup and a strikeout, and Rena Edwards will go back to the dugout saying, I haven't seen a pitcher like that.
Yeah, that's almost unfair. When you can throw it as hard as she does for a strike and then pull the changeup and drop it 6-7 miles an hour, that's just, and for a strike. I mean, it was a perfect pitch. It's just way out ahead of it.
Julie Granadino. De La Roca to the plate. Right down the middle. She just doesn't miss. You know, when she throws, she just throws strikes. Annalise De La Roca. De La Roca, and she works quickly, too. De La Roca, there's one that's hit. And that's going to fall. Throw to second. Rolled safe at second. A double. Throw was there in time, but the slide got underneath the tag.
Yeah, that was well hit ball. Almost got by the right fielder. That would have been a really big play if that had gone to the fence. A nice job by the right fielder.
Amber Hernandez of Panorama will bat. This gets us into the Hernandez clan. Amber, Janice, and Jalissa, the three Hernandez batters, trying to break through against Annalise. That normally doesn't happen, but you notice she's always ahead of the count. Almost like an automatic strike. What an advantage for our hurler when you're pitching from ahead in the count. But to the credit of Valley, they're getting their swings against her. 0-1 pitch. Another strike. She just doesn't miss. De La Roca, so talented. New Mexico State is where she's headed. Swing and a miss. And there is the strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the inning. In between, there was a double. She's been able to strike out Edwards and Amber Hernandez. Here's Janice Hernandez. All right, you're her coach. You saw Janice play. How can Janice keep the ball in play against this pitcher?
Well, she's going to have to guess right, inside or out. If she can guess right, she'll have a chance to really square it up hard. The problem is if she's looking inside and she goes out, she's not going to have a chance with the speed.
De La Roca just low on that first one. One of the few times she's been behind on a hitter, and it's just 1-0. Swing and a miss. What impresses me is really not the velocity. It's her location, her pinpoint control. But her location, and it's like real estate, she's in the high rent district.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of movement side to side, up and down. She throws it hard, and it's in that spot, and she's accurate.
Well, you don't want to get cut down in third, and that's what's happened here. And the inning comes to a conclusion. The Valley team is stymied in the bottom of the sixth, and after six, it remains 10-1 for the City. You're killing it. Still Rodriguez? We'll say Rodriguez, yeah. Still the first girl.
No, that looks like Cassidy Winter.
Cassidy Winter.
She turns around and sees that blue water. Yeah, that's Cassidy Winter.
Top of the seventh.
We move into the final inning.
And Harbor teacher pick, Lauren Garcia.
Lauren Garcia batting.
That is not Dr. Lewis, I bet, is it?
Fouled away. Lauren Garcia of Harbor Teacher Prep.
He decided to play softball at the University of Montevallo in Alabama.
To play softball at University of Montevallo in Alabama. Nearly got hit by that one.
High honor roll,
1 ball, 2 strikes.
to all 40 years of high school.
Cassidy Winter still in the circle. Cassidy Winter. She pitched the 6th.
Joni and Thomas Garcia.
Misses away, and it's 2-2.
Lauren began playing softball at the age of 6.
Well, the City has been in control throughout.
Position.
Just building on an early lead. Grounded foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Got her on the arm. And she was in no hurry to get out of the way. Takes one for the team.
Out of San Pedro High School, Andrea Trejo.
Andrea Trejo will bat. Trejo is a gifted, fleet-footed center fielder. Numerous terrific catches this year for the Pirates. If you talk to Jamal Street, who does their PR, he'll say she had at least 3 web gems out there, but maybe a few more than that because she is outstanding in the field. And Trejo is very good at the plate as well, where she hit nearly 300 for the Pirates.
CIF Division I city champion.
That's outside, 2-1. We're in the top of the 7th. City with a 10-1 lead. This is our last inning of play today. Earlier it was 8-2 for the Valley in the Division II game. So we're going to have to talk to Mark Shapiro about competitive equality here. These lineups are supposed to be even. What's Shapiro doing? We got routes in both games.
Well, you know, when you have the Marine League and the city section in 3 of the final 4 spots, they were really dominant. You look at San Pedro here; they've got 6 girls here and 6 seniors. So, and Banning, who was in the semifinal game, doesn't have a single one. So they don't have any seniors. So, you know, it's a mismatch.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Trejo from the champion Pirates batting. And again, 17 titles. That struck well to left field, but this one's going to be flagged down up nearly to the warning track. Pretty good blast there by Andrea Trejo. She gave it a ride off of Cassidy Winter. One out, one on.
Diamond Lewis.
And Diamond Lewis bats.
Hamilton High School.
Diamond's been up there a few times today. She started it off with a triple, scored, and the city has not looked back. She's got a very lively stick.
Klein on deck. Klein on deck.
Diamond Lewis.
Or TSU.
One strike. Lewis watches that one go upstairs.
Started playing softball at age of 9.
Well, this is a position, if you're a manager or a coach, you love to be in. You're up 10-1.
Throughout her career.
You got your ace coming back to throw in the circle, who doesn't give up runs. She rarely gives up hits.
Is a proud parent of Diamond Lewis.
City is about as good a shape as you can be in. And they're looking for more with Lewis batting and smiling as that ball nearly hit her. You can say this diamond is a cut above.
One word to describe Diamond is special.
There's so many things you could play with diamond. They play on the diamond. That's her field of dreams. There's one that's low, and she's aboard with a walk. Diamond Lewis in the 7th. Jimmy batting. DJ Jimmy by name. Seems like she's up every inning the way they've been turning this lineup over. John, how's your Chatsworth team going to be next year?
We're strong. We have we've rumored some new incoming players. We don't know until they get there. Our pitcher will be a year better. She was a sophomore this year. Defense, we're going to be obviously missing our catcher, Lindsay Lowe, and our offensive leader. But we should be picking up, and I think we'll be competitive.
You're always competitive. Those are the thoughts of John Forgeson, 3 years of excellence at Chatsworth, helping us today on this game. I want to thank Cam Warner, who is with us out of Carson High School, who did the analytical work in the first game in the 8-2 win for the Valley in the Division II game. Here in the D1 game, all city. And that kind of explains it. They're all city players, and it has been all city. And now they have the bases loaded after another walk, this one to DJ Jimmy. And Annalise De La Roca, who's been silent at the plate. But she can get healthy here. She has 894 strikeouts as a pitcher for the Polar Bears. That's a school record, obviously. One strike to her. And another one, 0-2. Bases loaded, one out. De La Roca batting. Facing Cassidy Winter. That one's low, 1-2. That is the expression that does drive me crazy, the good eye.
Yeah.
I just think that's funny, and you hear it at every stadium. That one's back out of play. You see those helmet stickers? You get rewarded at Polo High School, Port of LA, for positive things, homers and wins, and got a lot of stickers on the helmet of De La Roca. Another foul ball. You like that sticker program and rewarding them? But you get a busy helmet if you're a star like Annalise De La Roca.
Yeah, and I mean there's merits to and motivational tools. It's tough when you don't have a top to bottom lineup. When you have a solid team all the way across and everybody's got a decent amount, it's tough when you don't have players that get in very much. So I'm not especially a fan, but obviously I understand the motivational behind it.
This would be called a professional at bat by Annalise De La Roca, fouling him off. Winter continues to try to get it past her, but it's not easy. 2-2 pitch with the bases loaded. 3-2. Well, there's really no place to put her. If you do, you put her on, you give up another run. So Annalise knows that. So Winter's going to have to be very careful with this pitch. Hill's out there running again. She's been busy pinch running all day long. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4. Run is in. 3 straight walks. It's 11-1 for the City. Here's Klein with the bases loaded.
Andrea Klein. Out of San Pedro High School. Full-time captain.
Klein had a double with the bases loaded against Harbor Teacher Prep, so she's up there with the bases full here. And that one's going to get out into left field and score 1. And now 2 more runs have been plated on the base hit for Andrea Klein. It's 13-1.
Say it again. Coach.
Gabby Fua comes up. Not only do they build a lead to 13-1, they got the regulars batting, the top All-Stars. Gabby Fua up there, who's had a productive day with some hits, couple hits, looks at a strike. 13-1 for the City.
Again, she's going to graduate high school along with 2 double A's from Harvard College. Signed her national letter of
This is really not unexpected. We mentioned earlier that they were the favorite here. The plays to the plate, safe. Underneath the tag, we had a good angle, and it is the right call. So it's a fielder's choice, and it's 14-1.
Yeah, she didn't set up for a force play. She was looking for a tag instead of getting herself set up for a force, and that's how she was able to get in.
Nice slide by Annalise De La Roca, too. She didn't slide like a pitcher, did she?
No, she's an all-around athlete. She's not just a pitcher. She's a offensive weapon, base runner. She can do it all.
Carmen Angulo, who long ago was the starting pitcher, looks at a strike. 14-1. 4 runs scored here in the top of the 7th. Of course, the Valley will bat in the bottom. There's another roller by the bag at third, and that is a foul ball. And I got to tell you, that didn't miss by much. And Gulo maybe 6 inches shy of extra bases.
Yeah, that ball was pulled hard and a high bounce. Third base had no chance at it. If that ball was fair, that was going to be at least a double, and maybe even base clearing.
Runners at the corners. Just 1 out and 4 have been plated. Swing and a miss. I don't know where she's going. She has another swing. That's only the 2nd strike. Unless the scoreboard was wrong.
2015-2017 LA City Section Division 1 second team.
So apparently the scoreboard was incorrect and it's a strikeout. Houston Yano will bat. I believe there's now 2 outs. They just fixed the scoreboard, which was out of kilter. And again, in the defense of everybody in the press box, this is not an easy assignment. This is not a typical East LA Husky game where Erica Blanco's got everything under control. A soft liner to short ends the inning after 6.5. 4 more for the City. They lead 14-1. The Valley needs 13 for a tie, 14 for a victory.
Just a reminder, today's game has been recorded by jdmediagroup.com. For more information, come to the window of the East Los Angeles College Public Address Announcers booth. You'll find all the information and all the contacts to get your DVD of today's game, which will be available for $20. Thank you again, jdmediagroup.com.
Last chance for the Valley. All they need is 13 for a tie and 14 for a victory. Again, We thank our friends at Style and Construction. See the difference in the Valley and Chatsworth. Mike and Curly, great guys. Shannon's nice as well. She'll probably field your telephone call. Shannon's delightful. Style and Construction does a fabulous job. See the difference for all your home needs. 7-1 is what you see on the scoreboard if you obliterate the 14, but it's 14-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Janice Hernandez, Jalissa Hernandez, and Casey Hauser facing Annalise De La Roca. And she just paints the edge again. She had 2 strikeouts in the 6th and had a runner wiped out on the base paths, or she might have struck out the side. A lot of swing and misses. Janice Hernandez. She a tough hitter to strike out? You saw her play all year.
Janice looks for her pitch, and when she doesn't get it, that's when she'll tend to strike out. And there's times that she'll get frozen on a changeup, that was
an impossible pitch to hit in her defense.
Oh no, there was no doubt. She was all geared up for 60 miles an hour, and here it comes at 50. And what do you do?
You strike out. Julissa Hernandez. So that's 2 of the last 3 that have struck out and 3 out of the last 4, if you want to take it even deeper. 2 outs and the city will have a victory. And it's eminent they're going to get the W. And it's fun to watch De La Roca pitch. This is a great opportunity. Again, she's going to pitch at New Mexico State for the Aggies. And one would think she'll be in their rotation and will play immediately. It's a marvel to watch her work the corners and baffle these all-star hitters. And again, she has the luxury today of working with her regular season coach, Jesse Espinoza, who's in the dugout. 0-2. Just misses. And it's really almost unfair with her placement of the ball. So Jalissa Hernandez of San Fernando, who started playing at the age of 10, says I'm a very funny person. Probably not in a humorous mood facing this pitcher. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and another changeup. And another strikeout for De La Roca.
Yeah, again, that's unfair. It's just, what do you do when you can throw it like that? And that was going to be a strike if she didn't swing. It was a well-placed pitch. Perfect pitch selection.
The final shot for the Valley comes in the form of Casey Hauser. De La Roca looking to strike out the side and get 5 Ks in 2 innings. And you guessed it, she starts her with a strike right down the middle. Boy, it's fun to watch her pitch. And as good as the other pitchers were here today, as good as Robledo was and Robles, and you can go on and on, this girl's at a different level. Quickly 0-2, bidding to strike out the last 4, and all 5 of the outs that she had control of. Remember, 1 was thrown out on the base pass. 0-2, the final strike for the Valley. Well, some contact. Throw to first. Game is over. So she didn't strike out the side, but she ended the game, did De La Roca, and it's over. A 14-1 victory for the city. A final thought from Chatsworth head coach John Forgeson.
Well, it's always an honor to be here for a senior all-star game, and these seniors, they don't care who won and lost. There's no win, no trophy. That they're just out here playing for fun, meeting kids that they played against all season long, and just having a good time. There's nobody here that's sorry they lost. There's nobody here that's over exuberant that they won. A great time, a great experience for these ladies, and again, thanks to Mark Shapiro for putting together this event and keeping it going.
Thank you, John, and earlier thank you to Cam Warner, who helped us in Game 1, won by the Valley All-Stars 8-2. We want to also thank, of course, Style and Construction. They're at 9939 Canoga Avenue in Chatsworth. Curly, Mike, and Shannon waiting for your call for all your construction needs. 818-407-1327. 818-407-1327. I'm Randy Rosenblum for our entire JD Media Group team. 14-1, the city over the valley. So long from East LA College.
Wow, that's tough.
No one will,
I can't.
more than some of the placements in this.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, she's at a completely different level than everybody else. You guys done? Yeah, we're done.
yeah.
She's at a completely. I mean, it's.
I watched her. I mean, we went 1-1 through 7, and then they